Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Tuesday. We decided not to go to our movie review today. We'll go a different day and still review the movie this week. But we said, you know what? Why not do a podcast since we're sitting at home, not doing anything? The official weapon of the show is, did I already say this?
Folding chair.
Folding chair. Yes, correct.
Think about it.
Correct.
If I mess it up.
The unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. Do you have any banter for today?
I do.
All right. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. Karen, banter all over me.
I will banter you up. I had a girls' day today with your mom, and I had a ball. We had a good time. We went out to eat. We went shopping, and we just had a really, really good time today. And today actually made me appreciate spending more time with the people that you love and the people that actually mean something to you. I understand that we're all going through trying times and things like that, and people are stressed and have anxiety and things like that. But sometimes people forget that you can get so wrapped up in your own world that there are people that actually care about you and your well-being and your peace of mind. And not that they don't care about other things, but they just love you for you and who you are. And I really appreciate that from your mom, because, you know, your mom is very special to me. She is a person that came into my life when I needed her the most. And sometimes family don't understand when people come into your life and that person is there to give you something that sometimes they can't give you, and not in a mean way, bad way, or anything like that. But as the kid grows and evolves and changes, after the parent has done everything they can do, it's time for that child to kind of move on and kind of go to whoever their next teacher or place or wherever they're going to move on in life. And sometimes that means not without the guidance of the parents, but it means like, oh, you're getting something from them that I'm just not able to provide you for whatever reason. And that's okay. And so your mom was able to provide me with something that I really, really needed at that point in time. And I'm very grateful for her. And I've told her this, and I'm very thankful for her and who she is and how she's just such a wonderful, caring, kind, and giving person. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, when they talk about the relationships with their in-laws, my heart goes out to people that said, I can't stand my in-laws or we don't get along. I can't relate to that, because my in-laws, your mama and daddy, has accepted me wholeheartedly for who I am. Like, your mama and daddy has known me basically since I was a child, you know. And so it was very relaxing just to spend time, just me and her, just the girls, just doing girly things, just sitting and talking and enjoying each other's company and chatting it up and things like that. And, you know, me and mama has talked about doing some other things that I plan on doing. Because the thing is, life is too short, and life is gonna life, and things are gonna happen, and the world's gonna keep on turning. But don't get so wrapped up in your own personal world that you forget about people around you, be it your girlfriends, be it other males, like if you're a man, other males in your life, be it friends or family members, whoever these people are, where you sit around them and you get positive vibes, you know. And you ain't got to do nothing expensive. Y'all can be like, you know what, everybody bring a dish and we gonna come here and drink some cognac and eat. Like it ain't gotta be nothing expensive. Just now is the time to actually focus on you and spend time with the people that you love. And you will realize after you do that, you will be rejuvenated. You won't be as tired. A lot of times you can talk about all these anxieties and all these things that's going on in your mind, but now we're at a place where so many people feel so defeated, so deflated, so out of whack. They don't feel like themselves. They have all these different things going on. And they forget that there are other people around you that are willing, and they actually want to talk about these things too. And I think society has showed us, and particularly social media, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me giving my opinion, consistently giving my opinion, when sometimes you need to turn that shit off and talk to somebody in real life, face to face. It's not online, ain't got the lingo, don't know nobody ats, and they don't give a fuck about it. They just are concerned about you and your well-being and who you are. And while we was out, I actually seen a family member who is very dear to me, and me and her talked, and she talked to your mama and things like that. And she actually thanked your mom for coming into my life. And she was like, I thank, y'all and Rob for coming in to Karen's life, because that means, that meant the world to her, because she understood that that's what I needed at that period of time in my life. And so, for me, spending that time with your mom and seeing my family member and stuff made me really think about gratefulness and refocusing things and understanding that life is gonna life, but you can't get to the point that you allow these things around you to warp your reality so bad that you forget that there are people that are really concerned about you and your well-being, and they just want to chill, they just want to see you happy, they just want to talk to you. So I advise people, if you haven't already, just go out and just do something. And like I said, it ain't got to be nothing expensive, it ain't got to be nothing fancy. Y'all can just meet up and walk around the mall, like whatever the thing that y'all do to kind of get a reprieve, because I realize that so many people have been so stressed out before the election, up to the election, after the election, that your brain, your mind, your spirit, your soul is not designed to be constantly under pressure. It's not designed to be constantly on, constantly ticking, constantly anxious, constantly feeling anxiety or sadness and depression. We can't function like that. And in order for us to continue to fight this fight, in order for us to continue to get to the point where we don't throw our hands up and say, fuck it, you've got to find places in your life that you can have a reprieve. So today, I refocused my thought process, and I was very grateful and thankful to spend today with your mom.
Oh, that's nice. I don't even want to go after that then, because I just had silly, funny things.
That's fine. We can get silly and funny.
But that was very emotional and heartfelt, and it doesn't feel the same to be making these jokes.
I can crack jokes. Get a man that can do both. Come on.
Do you have more banter?
That was my only thing.
Son of a bitch.
I'm
All
sorry.
Right, well, then I'll go. Fuck it. God, now it's so stupid.
I'm here for it. I'm ready to laugh. Let's go.
Deep down, I'm starting to suspect that there are a lot of people and businesses that can out Pizza the Hut. They can. Yep. It's not as funny. It's not as good as Found Family, bringing meaning to people's lives. But
look. We need to kick that voice. Whoever that voice is that's telling Roger, just leave my friend alone.
I wonder if I was watching the Cowboys game and they was getting beat last night, and they got a very good player on their team that also has a podcast. He one of these podcast bros.
Okay.
I hate those guys because like they started these podcasts as these sports figures, and it was supposed to be like, I'm cutting through all the bullshit and the media spin and the narratives, and I'm gonna be different. I'm not like Stephen A. Smith and all these assholes and Charles Barkley. But all of them just kind of want to be Stephen A. Smith and Charles Barkley.
Of course.
So then they get on the microphones and they just do hot takes and shit. And at least when Stephen A. is complaining about a game, he didn't play in it.
No, he did not.
Like, you can't get your ass whipped and then be podcasting about it on Monday like it was everybody else's fault.
Yes, but and I know the leagues don't want to be coming out and be like, look, stop this bullshit, but I would get it if somebody be like, look, we need to stop this. If you are a current player, stop it.
And also, I know how much work it is to make a podcast.
Right.
To make a good podcast.
To make a good podcast.
The research, the hours, the notes. And I was watching this game, and they're getting their ass whipped again on a Monday night because they always got to put the Cowboys on national TV. which is why people love and hate them. Like it's a
Right.
gift and a curse, because when they're bad, you're gonna see them 8 to 10 times a year on your TV. When they're good, you're gonna see them 8 to 10 times a year. You just like,
Yeah, you gonna see
it is
'em.
what it is. Everybody else, my Panthers are sorry. We get to be sorry in private. They be sending our ass to Germany. And
Yes, they been sending us overseas.
shit. Y'all go play in tomorrow. Don't nobody want to see this shit.
Yeah, y'all go playing yesterday.
So Micah Parsons is on the team. They started losing. And I couldn't help but think, like, does he get his show notes together during the game? Is he at halftime, like, the coach is like, all right, in the second half, we're going to go into some type of zone because the man is getting beat on the outside. We're going to need a double team. And then Micah Parsons is in the background with a tablet, on his phone and the notes app, like, coach was acting like a bitch. Don't want to talk about that. Before we go to our Survey Monkey ad, don't forget, got to do the live feed for that. My other teammates don't care. I'm the only one that's good. Dak Prescott is not a top 10 quarterback.
All right, let me schedule my post for the week.
Like, damn, duh. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't. It's like, as a league, nobody was prepared. And it wasn't a big thing before because it was like players that were not currently playing, but then it slowly trickled down to like people in these leagues playing, talking about other players. Like, hey, dog, we got to draw a line at this. Like, come on now, like these your fellow coworkers.
I got a new shirt today. I'm wearing it right now, and it might not look new to y'all, because I've been, experimenting with buying new size stuff that's a little bit smaller than what I've been wearing, and so far I haven't really had to return anything but just like one sweater or whatever that didn't fit.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is about me and new shirts, but when I tell y'all I immediately spill some salsa on this, that's why I don't look new. It's got a stain right there already. It just started.
Out the package.
The salsa just jumped out of the fridge and just jumped onto my shirt. I was sitting in the living room. I didn't have nothing to do with it. It's just like my shirts attract salsa. I don't even know if it is my shirt. If I do a crime, they're not gonna look for DNA. They're gonna look for salsa stains. Like, yep, he was here. He did it.
Yeah, he did.
The,
Is that new?
right. The restaurant Picante style matches the crime scene. God. It's like, it's not enough to ruin my day. Honestly, I expected it. As I was eating the chips, I said, I'm flying too close to the sun. I'm wearing a new shirt. This is what it's gonna be. I didn't even try to wipe it out with like a wet towel. I just was like, now it's mine. This is
That's how it officially become yours.
this basically my name tag is a stain on the front of my shirt. And the last thing is this. I know a lot of y'all are mad at him, and a lot of y'all want to cancel him, and y'all don't want to see him come back. I understand, but y'all better not cancel Jonathan Majors if he has a plantation wedding. Okay?
I can understand. That's what century he from.
Like, if y'all try to cancel, like, he done been through the fire. He
Yes,
done been through a lot.
Through the fire.
And he trying to just be a good man and just make his way back. Okay? What he was accused of doing and what he was eventually convicted of doing is not the end of the world. Okay, people get redemption from stuff like that. People learn their lessons. Could be misunderstandings, but if there's one celebrity that we can allow to have a plantation wedding, it's Jonathan Majors, and y'all know it.
I want to see pics and everything.
You know that.
Y'all better jump over that broom.
You know, the first time you seen him, you knew he was a broom jumper type of black.
Yes, he's a broom jumper.
He give off broom jumping energy, and we all knew it from day one. Okay? We saw Lovecraft Country. We said it's basically a documentary. They don't make Negroes like that anymore. Okay? I want to see what he gonna wear to the wedding in his wedding suit.
Probably some suspenders somewhere now.
Probably some cotton.
Of course.
Okay, but I think he could pull it off. Okay, just because he got some bad vibes and PR coming out of everything, that don't mean Jonathan Majors, y'all wasn't going up for them suits at first. Y'all like that stuff. When he was showing up looking like a paper boy.
Oh yeah,
with that extra.
I read all about it.
Y'all wasn't acting like this. Y'all, before he got in trouble, y'all was like, that's the masculinity we need to see. Dudes with big muscles and suspenders with no shirt on underneath, but a set of pantaloons. Y'all was fucking with that. So if he pulled that out, he's marrying a black woman, so it's not no weird interracial vibes or there's nothing wrong with getting married on a plantation if you Jonathan Majors. Don't try to make this to Ryan Reynolds and his white queen. This is just different. Okay? It's in our DNA. They not like us. I think he should be able to do it, and I think if he do it, nobody should write anything mean or bad about him and Megan Good. And Megan, we hope for the best for you.
I do. For real, I do wish them the best.
None but positive vibes over here. I hope shit happens and people fall in love, and I hope
it's real love.
I hope everything is real, and I'm never rooting for nothing bad to happen to people like that. So good luck to her. He found his Coretta.
Yeah, he did. He found his Coretta.
Okay. And I love it for him. Kang and Coretta. That's gonna be the theme of the wedding. Are you with the Kang or you with the Coretta? Which side you sitting on? And y'all better be there. I want to see all the black celebrities that's showing up that's still friends. I want them wearing them 1800 styles too. That should also be the theme of the wedding.
1800s, yes.
Kang and Coretta. Antebellum affair.
Yes. Kang and Coretta.
Yeah, I want to see it. All right, y'all. That's it for my silliness. Sorry it wasn't all heartfelt and made everybody cry, but
that's all right. Everything we can do it all. Get a podcast that can do everything.
All right. It always reminds me of like the Roots. Karen, did you know 22.7% of shows started on Spotify for creators in January haven't posted a new episode since the end of February? That's better than the 20.4% for Ausha, 18.9% for Megaphone, 12.6% for Podbean, and 12.3% for Libsyn. So basically, people just stop podcasting. They call it pod fade.
We talked about that. How about the average podcast?
Of 24,464 podcasts that started in January of this year, only 30% have posted a new episode since the end of February.
Because people get in there, they realize it's hard work. And a lot of times, not everybody, but some people do podcasting and they actually think they're going to have an instant success. Like they think, I put it out there, I'm going to tell my friends and family, and they just going to come listen. I hate to tell your friends and fans don't give a fuck about your podcast. Them niggas see you every day. They ain't even going to talk about that shit. So not trying to be funny, for most of them, just give up on them.
Yeah, that's your independent podcast. And then I think also a lot of people that were paying to have corporate podcast or sponsored podcasts, a lot of that dried up because people are like, basically we're having a podcast boom that the competition is so high now that you're just a podcast in a sea of a bunch of other podcasts. And so people don't commit to like, oh, we're gonna start this thing and we're gonna give it 4, 5, 6 seasons of blah blah blah. We know it's gonna take off slowly, but it's gonna blow up. I mean, I wrote for Drapetomaniacs last year and it didn't get a second season, you know, and so that would count as a podcast that got started at some point and stopped coming out with episodes. But the plan was always to have seasons, so it was gonna have a long break anyway. But yeah, I don't find these numbers that surprising. It really just lets you know that when you see the Blackout Tips has a sale for Black Friday, African American Friday, and we literally have thousands of episodes behind our paywall. We have thousands available to you not behind the paywall. And because people like you sign up at the blackouttips.com, because y'all sign up and you click that link in our show notes and pay that money, it actually, you know, contributes to our success. Is why we're able to do this. And literally shows that started this year are already defunct. Like, of course, it's a tribute to our work ethic and stuff. It wasn't always like this. We weren't always making money, but the point being, it's hard as fuck to do this podcast thing. And so I saw that in an email from like Pod News this morning. And it was like, oh yeah, I gotta bring this up on the show. This, like, it's a miracle how long we've been going and being able to keep doing this.
Yeah, and also, like I said, it's something we talked about. The average podcast don't come out with 10 episodes, like the average one. And so, as odds are, if you at least hit 10, you probably gonna have some form of longevity. Because me and you talked about it, and the thing is, the number one question people ask us about podcasting, because everybody think it's something magical, like losing weight. Everybody think it's something magical, and when you hear the boring shit, which is just do the work, everybody, I don't do that. Well, that's literally the only way the shit go. You got to do the work.
Well, and like I said, that's if you're talking about independent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even up to you. You could want to work, and they're like, yeah, we pulled the funding. There's no Drapetomaniac season 2.
Yeah, and also the thing is, corporations going corporate, if that makes sense. And when they put their money into something, a lot of times what they want and their desires aren't the same thing. Because the thing about podcasting, I think that a lot of podcasts, like corporations, saw Serial, particularly the first season of Serial, and they saw how it took off and how much money it made and all that shit, and they was like, we want the next Serial. And so all jokes aside, been trying to ride that wave since. And the thing is with corporations about dollars and cents. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. And so a lot of times when you do a podcast, they expect you to hit the ground running. The average podcast don't hit the ground running. It takes time. You have to put your audience. People got to know you out there. And a lot of times, particularly with some of these podcasts, the corporation, they don't push them. They don't promote them. Like they don't do their part, but then they turn around and look at you like it's your fault, but they don't want to actually invest in you.
It's tough.
Right. They don't want to invest because they go with
no one knows how much work it really is. Even businesses, corporations that have teams behind it, they expect stuff to take off like a rocket, or they expect the advertising money to be bigger than it is or whatever. And so yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, sign up for the Blackout Tips Premium for the Black Friday sale, guys. It helps us out. And if you have any questions, theblackguywhotips@gmail.com, email me. I'll walk you through it. And if you can't use PayPal, you need to use Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, whatever. We can work that out too. Just email me, theblackguywhotips@gmail.com. Thanks to everyone who's signing up and everyone who's asked questions and stuff. I've worked with everybody in the email. I'm getting tons of emails, and I'm letting them know. We're also getting tons of holiday card addresses. So, letting y'all know about that as well. We're at 52 already. We only announced this a couple of days ago. Maybe I have to order more cards this year. I don't know. But yeah, that's just letting you know. And if you want to send us something, we got the wish list in the show notes, and we got our address at theblackguywhotips.com/about.
Yeah, and also the thing is, when most people listen to podcasts, people particularly that don't know what it is, and it's something where people make the mistake of, if something looks too easy, everybody just assumes that they can do, I can do that. And then they get into it and they're like, oh, I really can't do this. and a lot of times they just stop doing it. And for me, that's when the hard work comes in. That's when the motivation, all these other factors come in, because it's particularly independent, like you said. With the corporations, you have no control over that, because they can just look at you, be like, oh, you ain't go gangbusters in 3 episodes, we canceling it, type of shit. That's beyond people's control. But particularly if you're doing something independent, it is a lot of hard work, and people underestimate hard work.
Yep, you gotta go
through the fire.
All right,
actually, yes.
Let's talk about some election news real quick. I want to start. Stellantis is a like Detroit parts warehouse. Like they are having layoffs now because Trump got elected. And so we saw a lot of unions where the union talk was, vote Republican. The union, when you close your eyes, think of a union guy in the Midwest. People typically attribute a lot of whiteness to that. That might not be the facts, though. But the idea is like, hey, these white men don't feel like voting for Kamala Harris. Hey, you're in Ohio, you're in wherever, you don't feel like dealing with it. You're in Michigan, fuck her, Well, as soon as Trump won, they announced layoffs. Mm-hmm. Indefinite layoffs. Now you're thinking, well, Joe Biden is the most pro-union president. He literally stood with the unions multiple times in negotiations this last year. So if you lay these people off, the government's gonna have something to say about it. They're gonna get good benefits, and the company might be penalized. Wait a minute. They're not actually going to initiate the layoffs until early next year after inauguration, mm-hmm. when Trump is in office.
Yep, because they know he ain't.
When the DOJ finna do shit.
They not.
When the government won't be arguing on any of your behalf.
Nope. They're gonna be like, screw him over.
Yeah. So it's just interesting time. It may have nothing to do with. Maybe they were always gonna plan to do this way. We don't know. But it is interesting that it's like Trump won. All right, well, you guys, January 2025, you will not be having jobs. Don't worry about suing or doing anything right now, because you can't. We didn't do shit yet. But when we do, go run it up to flagpole to Donald Trump and his Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's one other thing, but this is what you own it, because most of them people say, hey, don't vote against your own interests. Like, we got these good jobs because the government is here. And as the decades have gone, most union jobs have disappeared over the years anyway, so it's smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Most states are at will, states. And so, and the average person does not have a union job anymore, not like they used to.
Another fuck around and find out news. Walmart will likely raise some prices if Trump's tariffs take effect. Mm-hmm. So you know how Donald Trump said, no, that won't happen? Walmart, which my guess is gave money to Trump's campaign, mm-hmm. Walmart said, yes, we will be doing that. Yeah. If he raises tariffs, we will probably have to raise prices. It will lead to inflation. It is exactly what Democrats said. It is exactly what reporters said. That is what is going to happen, even if he tells you it is not. Right. But it was the economic anxiety that led people to vote for him. Don't forget, they always were worried about the economy.
Yeah, like I say, we will see. And the thing is that these companies aren't paying the tariffs. They're going to pass that to the consumers. The consumers are actually going to be the one that's going to pay the tariff. The companies are like, oh, we're not going to take a L on our profits. What we going to do is jack whatever that tariff is, we jacking that up in the cost of whatever the fuck this is. Like, we ain't paying it, you are.
Yep. Joe Biden fixed inflation for this.
Yes, he did.
For us to go through this. Judge blocks Biden's plan to expand overtime for pay for millions of salaried workers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a trick.
Don't y'all love the idea of more Trump judges? It wasn't enough before. All these articles we read were like, oh, looks like student loans are gonna wait a minute. It's back on. No. It wasn't enough to let this motherfucker appoint the most judges ever young conservative ideologues, we would like another round of that. And then we'll be mad at Democrats going do something. Well, how come y'all can't get shit done? I'm not gonna go on this rant, but
right.
we'll just do.
That's the thing that makes me mad, particularly with the salaries. And I know for me, when they ask you, do you want to do it? No, I don't want no salary job. I'm good on that, homie. Pay me my time and a half. I don't want. And the thing is, particularly like the lower middle management, 40,000, 30,000, 50,000. They're gonna want you to work over 100 hours a week. By the time you get taxed, you're making $2.50 per hour and shit like that. Like, that's why they want to push people in these positions. And then the first time something happened, y'all one of the first motherfuckers to get cut, because they were like, why do we have 85 middling managers in here, type of thing. Like, those are the first jobs to get cut. And so they can just tell everybody else stop working overtime, type of thing.
Well, so the details in this article are, there's a salary that if you're under it, you get overtime, get time and a half, under $43,888 a year. So if you're making $42,000 and you're a salaried employee and they want you to do overtime, you can be like, I need an hourly rate of a time and a half. But with inflation and stuff, more people are making over that threshold than before, but that doesn't necessarily mean that quality of life is improved.
Right.
So the Biden administration was going to raise it $15,000 to $58,000 next year. The rule could have brought overtime pay to 4 million workers in its first year alone. However, this hope has now been dashed as the threshold reverts to the 2019 figure of 35,000.
2019, damn.
Set under Donald Trump.
30,000. The fuck I'm gonna do with 30,000?
Yep. So yeah, Obama had tried to raise overtime pay in 2016. It similarly got halted, leaving many salary workers in limbo. And then Trump was able to, set it to 35,000. Biden wants to jump it up from 43,000 to 58,000. A judge strikes it down, U.S. District Judge Sean Jordan, and he sided with Texas and business groups, saying that the Labor Department had overstepped by prioritizing worker wages over job duties when determining overtime eligibility. And the thing you have to remember there is Supreme Court ruled earlier this year that basically a judge could be like, I don't care that you're the Department of Labor and literally this is your domain. If I don't feel like it, I don't have to take your advice as industry standard.
You expert.
And so it allows these judges to just do that. And that's what happened here.
Yeah, and it's really, really fucked up. Yes, it's bad, because that means like 30,000 is super, super low. So they basically was like, oh yeah, we're gonna just work out a death, y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah. These are the consequences. These are the chickens coming home to roost. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. Trump. Oh, and I know what I was gonna say. The tangent I was gonna go on. It's a quick one. I'll try to make it quick. So Jon Stewart had a clip go viral from The Daily Show, and it's one of these things, this performative objectivity that I hate about The Daily Show, and didn't really like about his tenure, but it frames everything as like Democrats are basically our pussies and Republicans are people that get shit done because they're bullies. And it was this idea that, and it's a sleight of hand that I think most people wouldn't recognize because most people don't sit down and think about these things. And most of us are mad and want Democrats to win, and we just start being like, they need to just do better. It doesn't matter what it is. Right. Do something. I don't know the rules. I don't know anything. Just do something. Republicans always find a way to do something. They look at loopholes. So he basically said Republicans find ways to get stuff done. They don't go by norms, and they find loopholes, and they just get shit done no matter what. And he brought up, of course, the Barack Obama not having a year to just get a new Supreme Court justice, letting it get stalled. He didn't do some shit like, I'm shutting down the government, I'm adjourning Congress and appointing it as a recess appointment myself, and no one can do shit. I'm a dictator in chief. And they always strip the context of what that would have looked like for the first black president and all this shit, and just be like, why didn't he just do it? And it's always hindsight, right? It's always hindsight. And then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies, and they just put somebody in, and Democrats don't do anything, and now we got to deal with whatever that new woman is, Amy Coney Barrett. And so that makes it sound like, oh, Democrats could have stalled this, but they just let Amy Coney Barrett be in, and they didn't care. And the reason I don't like that framing from Jon Stewart is that it obfuscates the truth, which is that it's not that Republicans don't go by the rules. Republicans don't go by the norms. That is a huge fucking difference, because they do go by the rules, which is why their shit sticks. Meaning, if we, the voters, let it get to a point where they have the majority of Congress, Barack Obama actually can't appoint a fucking SCOTUS. He can't do that. They had the numbers. So you're going, well, it's not normal that they did that. It isn't normal. But that doesn't mean they broke any rules. They didn't find a loophole. They literally just didn't do what the fuck they were supposed to do. Right. That's it. They said, that's a gentleman's agreement. That's Trump's superpower. This is a gentleman's agreement. No one can make me do this. I'm not going to do it. And so the Democrats complying with rules is not, one, it's effective in that you still are telling a narrative about this country. Your actions still affect what people believe in. We can't have two parties that don't believe in government. We can't.
Nope. Somebody got to believe in how government runs.
You can't have it. You have half this country thinking that this anarchy is okay. And you can't say government, system of order, rules, none of that. But at the same time, neither party gives a fuck about what it is, and they just do whatever they want. But most importantly, that's the illusion. Republicans make you believe they're not following the rules. If you have the majority of the Senate, you do have the numbers to say we're not confirming anyone.
And you can do it.
That's what happens. That's actually, this could have, that segment could have been a little more educational to people about how important this shit is, and why people, the young ass audience, well, they still young, whoever watches the Daily Show, where it's like, hey, this is why it's not just enough to just complain about the shit, but you also have to go back it up, because now you're looking in the abyss and you're asking Democrats to figure something out, to do something.
Right.
And you can't provide a single thing they can do, because you are smart enough to know the rules. And so you don't have a thing.
Agreed.
Republicans never broke a rule. They just fucking said, hey, no one seems to be putting designations on the school board. Let's just run all the local school boards.
Yep.
That's what they do. They didn't cheat to get school board. They just fucking were like, we're going to take it. And once again, there's this whole thing of, well, I just need to find a way that this is the Democrats' fault, and I'm mad at the Democrats.
Yes.
And that's it. And it's like, that makes people feel good. Everyone agrees it's the Democrats' fault. And it's always comes out some nebulous, they're pussies type shit. Always some nebulous, like they're too soft. But whenever I'm like, sit down and tell me what we gonna do civics wise, show your work. Then we got some rhetorical flourishes and stuff, and I hate that half dead brain bullshit gets thrown out here like it's a real solution. It's just an old man angrily ranting at a camera, to show he's more progressive than the people in charge and the people in power and all this stuff. And that kind of snark to me has a direct effect on the morale of the country and direct effect on the people that watch a show, and they stop seeing things as it is a fight that I am in, as opposed to it's a fight between the Democrats and Republicans and they're such pussies. That's not how it goes, and it's a very, in my opinion, white privileged point of view. And it's one of the things I've not liked about liberal commentary and a certain type of like northern white liberal type attitude. I've never liked it, because it's very much like the spoiled brat type of like, why didn't you do it? It's like, well, do you really want to know why they couldn't do it? Or are you just gonna act like you don't understand? Like it's that thing where they go, Kamala's gonna lose. Wait, Kamala's gonna win. oh my God, this is the greatest campaign ever. She loses. I always knew she was going to lose. She was never shit, and it's her fault. Well, why'd you ever think she was going to win? What happened to those days? Remember? She was doing everything right and you did like it, but now that it's lost, it's obvious she was wrong and we need to get rid of the blacks and the gays and the trans and the this and the that. Anyway, I didn't mean for that to go that long, but I saw that clip and it pissed me off. It's like, God damn it, John. Trump appoints Dr. Oz to lead Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. That's not a joke. That's a real thing. Yep. His sentencing also may be delayed until 2029. Prosecutors pushed back on appeal because he was found guilty but not charged, not sentenced. And as I said many times on this show, the American people were going to decide his sentence at the voting booth.
Yep.
If enough people understood it, that way he needed to go to jail for all his malfeasance, they would have voted in a way that made him have to face those consequences sooner rather than later. But they didn't do that. So yeah, the country's not prepared to have a president answering to a parole officer or in a fucking prison cell. It's not going to happen now. They were prepared to probably do that to an ex-president, but they definitely was not finna do that to a president. I'm not saying they was putting him in jail, in prison, but we'll never fucking know now, will we? House Republican targets transgender Congresswoman Sarah McBride with proposed bathroom ban following historic congressional win. We really got to watch the way that they spin the win, because they barely won, and it is not a mandate. He did not even get 50% of the vote. He didn't get the majority of Americans voting for him. And all the votes that they're starting to count now, even the popular vote is narrowed. It doesn't overturn anything. She's not going to win. But the point being, they're going to report it and act like in the media it's a mandate. They look at that electoral college map like, look at all that red. Everybody wants to be a Republican, and that's not fucking right. And we should not just give up the country to these motherfuckers. That being said, they are in charge, and those are the rules. And so you get bullshit like Nancy Mace, South Carolina Republican. She introduced a controversial resolution aimed at barring transgender women from using women's restrooms in the U.S. Capitol. The proposed rule change comes as Sarah McBride from Delaware, prepares to be sworn in January, marking a significant moment for LGBTQ plus representation in American politics. So basically, oh, look at this. We have a first openly transgender person elected to Congress up, and let's just go ahead and hit them with the bigotry right in the face. As soon as you walk in the door, you ain't like us, you don't get to use the bathroom. Regardless of how weird that would look and sound, for the record, of just the idea of someone that most of our eyes goes, that is a female presenting person, and then watch them go into the men's bathroom. It's clearly about humiliation. It's clearly about targeting, bullying, harassment. The message they want to send to, not to just this congresswoman, but to all transgender people, and especially children, is you should not exist, and you need to conform to what we say gender is, or else. And we will, I hate to say it because it's not a prediction, it's not being hopeful, it's the facts. We will see more teen trans suicides, more LGBTQ suicides, because of laws like this and the country letting these people get to be in charge.
Yeah, because they had actually went down. Yes.
Like this is part of the cost when we talk about this shit. It's not all just the laws and the rules and will it affect you or will it not. A lot of this is about the story America wants to tell about itself. And the quote unquote good guys gave up last year a lot of people that just decided, nah, fuck it. Well, this is now the story for America to tell about itself, and this is the story that costs people lives, because stories are powerful.
They are, and that's one reason why these other groups, they want to get rid of you, because you are like, hey, y'all are fucking up, y'all not perfect, I live here too. And the whole point is to crush a lot of those voices as possible, so that we don't have to actually deal with you.
And when asked about it, Nancy Mace did not run away. She doubled down. She called McBride a biological man and insisting that transgender women should not have access to women's spaces, including restrooms and locker rooms. Sarah McBride doesn't get a say. This is a biological man, full stop. So this is not a...
Oh, no, it's not a mistake or anything like that. And on top of that...
And she's not ashamed of it. I mean, like, you're not going to shame someone out of this. They believe this.
Right, and the shit gonna pass because of who's in office.
Yeah, I mean, and who runs Congress.
Right.
Like, they got the House and the Senate. We're going to be in for a slate of stuff like this. And because they'd rather do stuff like this than actually have to like govern.
Right. They don't want to govern.
They didn't run on the economy. They ran on stuff like this, and everyone who's been given cover for that, shame on you. All right, let's get into some other news. What else do we need to talk about? Oh yeah, I guess, god damn it, it's been we need to talk about Diddy, guys. I'm sorry. The news is piling up.
P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
Psycho.
There's so much of it. My God.
Mm-hmm.
How can one man have all this freakness? Sean Combs, not even freakness. I'm not even giving y'all that. That's really bad for freaks. It's a lot of good freaks.
It's a lot of good freaks. It's some freaks going, I'm a freak, but I don't break the laws.
I understand what Kendrick meant. It's different than West Coast slang, but I'm not gonna try to adopt that because I know the freaks listening to this just all clutched their pearls and started grabbing their typewriters. Don't write in, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, he's a criminal.
Difference. There is a difference.
Sean Combs sued for alleged sexual assault of 10-year-old rapper.
Oh.
Yep. Diddy's sons attempted to fight Ray J. The fight was broken up by Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, the personal reason? What's happening here? Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I know, not Chris Brown, the peacemaker. Maybe he got between all of them and said, guys, what are we doing? We all hit women, not each other. We're supposed to be out here abusing these women. Are you crazy?
Don't turn on your brother, your brother, man.
Come on, man. Know who to be violent against. Somebody get some ladies in the VIP so we can all bond over shared abuse.
Oh no.
But yeah, so that I know Ray J wouldn't tell the story about it, but I didn't want to listen to him because he makes everything too funny. And
yes, I can't take it right. I cannot take him seriously.
Yep. Kalina Harper defends Diddy dirty money boss. He defends Diddy. So was part of, I guess, is Dirty Money still a thing? They're not a thing.
I don't
right?
know. I don't think they're a thing. I haven't heard of them in decades.
She was part of the trio of Dirty Money. And she is not only supporting Diddy, but she is throwing shade at his ex, Cassie. During a recent interview with Breakbeat Media. All right, let me see some credentials.
I'm about to say, who?
She said, love her to death, talking about Cassie. Naive, like getting high. She likes partying. Harper said about the singer, I saw Cassie grow up from a little girl that was willing to like give everybody motherfucking, lap dances basically. Get drunk and just have a good like model time. She also said, I don't fuck with Dawn like that and I'm not going to fucking stand no business. I didn't see that. What I saw was what the fuck is going on with you because you act weird. You're a weird bitch. Talking about Don Richard, the third member of Dirty Money, who is also suing Diddy for sexual assault and stuff. So I don't know why she is deciding to die on this hill, but I guess that's what she decided. So yeah. Why?
You could have said nothing.
You could have said nothing, but
nothing. Could have said nothing.
Because it's not like she presented some proof that of a lie. And also, like, it really makes it sound like, well, ma'am, you like to do drugs. It's okay to sexually assault you.
Yep.
You know, you like doing drugs and having sex. So I ain't think
We all know sexual assault.
seeing you a video of you getting beat in a hallway of a hotel, I think that's okay, and I don't know what the big deal is anymore. Like, that's a crazy thing to let come out of your mouth. Oh my goodness. Then we got Sean Diddy Combs case. Prosecutors deny leaking damning video of the rapper, you know, beating Cassie in the hotel, because his defense keeps trying to be like the prosecution is tampering with the public, and they're changing public perception. They the ones that leaked that video. They trying to set them up or whatever. And meanwhile, Diddy's also being accused of messing with public perception and witnesses. Federal prosecutors provide evidence that Diddy paid off Kalina Harper. That's the woman I just was quoting, saying Cassie was on drugs and shit.
She got money.
They're saying they have evidence. They provide evidence that he paid her off. Federal investigators claim to have obtained a note from Diddy's cell during a recent prison sweep. Court documents revealed that the note could prove he paid off a key witness, referred to as witness number 2. Prosecutors claim Diddy reconnected with the witness who was once part of his inner circle after she was mentioned in a lawsuit filed against him. They claim the witness' September 13th Instagram post came coincidentally after their renewed contact. Oh my God, man. This is crazy because it's so blatant and so out in the open, and just that I still know there's people that just want to believe and willing to, like, it's a setup. These bitches, man, you don't understand. Diddy ain't do nothing wrong. It's like, how much shit do y'all need to hear? I mean, Trump probably still gonna pardon him, but still,
right?
His lawyers have now they're now mad at the prosecutors, saying they used those notes that were found during the seized, like during that raid, to keep him in custody. They're like, you can't do that.
They actually can.
Why are we going to discuss why he got these incriminating ass notes? And maybe this is a reason to stay in custody.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I guess, like I said, I could be his prosecutor. I could be his defense attorney. It's not a real job. It's not like they really cited any fucking law here. They just was like, man, that's fucked up. Y'all went and got more evidence. He already in jail. Y'all trying to double jail him? Leave him alone.
Basically, that's what they saying. Quit picking on him.
They call that outrageous government conduct, you know, doing their job. Why y'all keep trying to prove he guilty?
Yeah.
Let it go.
That's old shit.
What did he ever do to you? He lost his key to the city of Miami.
Oh, no, not the key to the city.
I know.
They loved him in Miami.
His freak off party planner alleged that Diddy had weight limits for the women. That makes sense. If you're the kind of person that would, you know, do the things he's accused of doing, probably pretty superficial. He cut the weight limit off at no more than 140 pounds.
Right.
No cellulite, no flabs. They discourage tattoos and piercings and short hairstyles, which is weird, because then why are you doing all this to Cassie? Because he literally made her get the cut that she got. So yeah, it's just weird control freak shit
between that and the parties, apparently.
And also, like, yeah, that feels like a weird thing to do, even if you're not a criminal. If I was hosting a party, I can't picture myself being like, all right, listen, no ladies over 140 pounds, no long hair only, no tattoos. Like, what are you talking about? It's a weird thing to want. It's just a party.
It's just a party.
You know, I'm sure it didn't have all that similar shit for men. Well, you never know with Diddy, but I didn't hear it in this article.
Which means it probably did not exist.
Yeah. I can only do a couple more of these. It's too much. He's accused of paying off inmates to make secret phone calls to try to influence witnesses and shit.
Did wonder why they denied your because we know we are not letting you out in the street. He's like, here's $1 billion in my house. I was like, we don't care. No, you're go to jail.
He's accused of illegally using inmates' phone privileges at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, aiming to secretly communicate with witnesses and circumvent scrutiny. According to federal prosecutors, in a newly revealed court filing, prosecutors argued that he leveraged phone systems designed for other inmates to make unmonitored calls. Oh my God, this dude, he's a piece of work, man. I'll say this though, they on his ass. I don't know how the fuck he's supposed to, like, even getting the new crimes.
Days on his ass, right?
They just adding them to the briefing, like, Your Honor, we need to add pages 39, 40, and 41 to the charges. As you can see this morning, he used the bathroom. He did not flush the toilet.
Right. While we're talking, we have another update.
Yep. He just farted in the holding cell. That is a federal holding cell, Your Honor. That's going to be federal terroristic threats.
Federal crime.
Using deadly gas to hurt people. I don't know how he's ever supposed to be getting out. Meanwhile, Ferg, who I'm guessing used to be ASAP Ferg. That's my guess. I mean, that was the only Ferg I know. Unless it's like a new nigga named Ferg that just popped up. They ain't never heard of the ASAP dude. Ferg is speaking up for longtime family friend Sean Diddy Combs. He went on The Breakfast Club explaining they both changed their rap names during their careers. Diddy is my family and I love his family. I don't know all what's going on with this case and everything like that, and this is a bunch of hearsay. Really, it's like 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What's that have to do with anything with him being a bad man? He just a rich man with a bunch of baby oil. Selective read. I hope he got a check. I hope no one's that dumb to genuinely say that.
Not without being paid.
I hope he got a check. Cause that's a really dumb thing to say if you didn't get a check. Cause you just told us how dumb you are. Whereas if you got a check, we can be like, you're dumb, but you're like, y'all don't know. Secretly, I'm smart. I got a big check to look dumb. Cause that's dumb. Like, did you read one line of the report? No. You found something to hold on to and was like, that's a ridiculous thing. I won't look into the validations or anything else. There's a whole video of this man beating a woman. He apologized for it on Instagram. Where were you for that? And that alone should be enough for people to shut the fuck up. Honest to God. It's crazy that that's not enough. If you look, I love my dad. I love my brother. If someone's had a fucking tape of them beating somebody in a hallway, don't ask me shit, because I'm definitely not going to be up there like, hey man, listen, okay, how we know it wasn't a fly on her face? Like, no, I'm not going to look stupid for you. The most I got is like, we'll see in court, and that's my brother, and that's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
I'm not finna be up here looking dumb to the rest of the world. For what? It's not like anyone ever truly believes this shit. Like, no one's ever like, man, I thought Diddy did it. But then I seen ASAP Ferg say, Ferg. I seen Ferg say they both changed their rap names in their career, and also it's just a rich man with a bunch of baby oil, right? Like, what case do they have? Oh, it's 57 other pages in the indictment. Oh, okay. So it's not just one sentence of baby oil, Diddy, the people versus Diddy for baby oil. It's not that's not the whole case.
Not that simple.
Oh, you mean as a judge and lawyers and motions filed and evidence presented, and it's not just baby oil. Okay. All right. Well, damn. All right. Got it. All right. Let's get out of the Diddy stuff. I'm tired of it. And what should we end it on? You know what? How about let's do some fucking with black people, guys. Y'all know Karen loves that game. It always drives Actually, you know what? No, not fucking with black people. That might get sad. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't remember what's in it. Let's do who news. news. NBA YoungBoy.
Oh, I know this one. NBA never broke nigga never broke, something like that.
Never broke again.
Okay, yes, I was in that break. I was close.
Nigga never broke. All right. Rapper NBA YoungBoy,
NBA something,
legally known as Kentrell Deshaun Golden, appeared in a Logan City courtroom on Monday to plead guilty to his involvement in a large-scale prescription drug fraud ring. Golden, 25, operated the illegal scheme out of his Huntsville home and initially faced 46 charges. As part of a plea agreement, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of third-degree felony identity fraud, 2 counts of third-degree felony forgery, and 6 counts of misdemeanor unlawful pharmacy conduct. The remaining charges resulted in a no-contest plea.
Well, damn.
Under the plea deal, his 4 felony charges were reduced to Class A misdemeanors, sparing him from time in a Utah State prison. Instead, he was fined $25,000. The judge also agreed to suspend the prison sentence because Golden is set to serve 27 months in federal prison for related charges stemming from Weber County, followed by 5 years of federal supervised probation.
He breaking the laws.
Yeah. He's made waves in the music industry despite limited radio play, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the thing that was interesting about this crime is that part of it was him posing as a doctor prescribing the drugs. Right. I did not know he had the skills to do that.
Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought the other boy, he's the only one that's a master of that crime.
Malachi
Yes.
Young or whatever.
You've done that several times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I'm impressed, but a little,
because I couldn't do that.
Yeah, like a little bit. It is impressive. I hate to say it, but
Shout out to Will Smith. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper.
A little black capitalism. Didn't see that coming.
And did not see that coming.
Let's see. Sunny Digital shades celebrities who announce their Twitter departures. Just delete your accounts.
Child, sound like some Sunny D. What is we talking about here? Is that your cousin? What is happening?
Sunny Digital?
Yes.
Sunny Digital is a
rapper.
Music producer.
I was in the same. They cousins. Rapper, music producer.
He's worked with Don Toliver, 50 Cent, Future, and Travis Scott. He tweeted, announcing that you are leaving X on X is funny as hell. Just delete your account. Now, people that have been leaving announcements have been people like Gabrielle Union, Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Lemon, even Stephen King. They've been going over to Blue Sky. And people not fucking with Elon Musk and that app right now. So Sunny Digital says, hey man, just do it then. Okay, don't threaten me with a good time. And Karen says, who?
Child, yes. Who is you? Who?
Sunny Digital.
Still don't know that man.
Producer to the stars.
Sorry to this man.
Well, he's shading celebrities. Okay. Sauce Walker.
Sauce Walker?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that?
What do you think he does for a living?
Cousins of the Texas Ranger? What is happening here?
A Texas Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yes.
Okay, he's a rapper.
Okay.
He claimed being president is a man's job. He said Donald Trump was the only choice for president because it's a man's job. Well, Kamala must not have talked about the economy enough for Sauce Walker. Must have been some of her stances on Palestine. If my political opinion hurt hurt your feelings. I do not apologize, Sauce Walker wrote on X. History has shown a pattern of presidential assassination attempts. Why would y'all want a woman in that position? America us needs a better America us. What, nigga?
America us.
America us needs
That's
a leader
hilarious.
prepared. What is Captain Caveman right this shit? America us.
That's hilarious.
It's so wrong. He didn't say we need a better leader. Like, it's America us. Oh, maybe it means America US, but it's lowercase. But even then, the plural's wrong. America us. America US needs a leader prepared to defend and make hard, rational, calculated decisions. You know, the ones Donald Trump is so famous for knowing. Mm-hmm. It's called accountability. We all need to exercise this word, and America will be a better place. LOL. Facts. Y'all got too soft. LOL. Wrong too. Also, accountability. No. Donald Trump and accountability. That's what you see, because he has a penis.
That's as far as some people went.
But I remember seeing a lot of poverty-driven families thrive during Trump's last term. People had opportunities out of thin air, prison reform, etc. I ain't never voted in my life. I don't believe in wasting my time doing that, but I definitely have views on the matter legislation. My life will be the same regardless of who's in office. Oh, no matter who the president is, remain focused and disciplined towards your personal goals and selfless improvement. Nobody's gonna save you but you. So yeah, you definitely want to make it harder by making sure it's definitely someone who will not save you. Like that, saying nobody will save you about Trump is like watching those old movies in black and white where the villain, the silent movie where the villain put the woman on the railroad track and being like
tied up
between the cowboy trying to get off the railroad track
and the train
and the dastardly villain who put her on the railroad track. No one's coming to save you. They both the same no matter what. You still on that railroad track.
And the train's still coming.
The train's still coming. Why are you worried about who's getting you there? Oh, the guy driving the train and speeding it up? You think that you're not
speeding it up?
You scared to vote for him? He's very rational. If my political opinion hurt your feelings, I do not apologize, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Sauce Walker, political pundit and probably Donald Trump check recipient.
Wouldn't that be surprising?
I'm guessing that because it sounds very check recipient to me.
Because if not, you're just not smart.
Yeah, I'm not, listen, what do I know about Sauce Walker and his politics? But
who is me to judge?
It just feels like the deposit hit. And he just started tweeting dumb shit.
The commas and zeros. He was like, okay, what I got to say again?
I ain't never voted in my life, and you shouldn't either. It's going to be defined either way. And that's how many tweets I got to do to finish this? You need 10 tweets? Okay. And I do not apologize. If anything, I'm offended. All right. Let's move on. Let's get out of here. Let's see. What else did I want to do? You know what? I'll do a little bit of white people news. We're gonna keep the good vibes going.
Okay.
Cause it could get a little sad talking about this Trump bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
White people news, we're bringing egg salad to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit dim. That sounds really harsh on our fragile pink skin. It's white people news.
All right, let's see what the white people is up to. You remember that show, Full House?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's an old school show. That show was like in the 80s.
One of the actors from it, Dave Collier, he has cancer now. He's battling cancer.
Oh.
And so his Full House co-star, John Stamos, they're still buddies. He showed up to support him, and it caused a scandal.
Why?
Because they took a picture together. As you can see, obviously the chemotherapy and stuff has made Dave Coulier bald, or he shaved his head in preparation.
People do
for
this
it.
all the time for support. They cut their hair too.
Right. So you see Jesse, Uncle Jesse over there, John Stamos, he got a bald head.
Who don't look like he aged a year, but yes.
Right. And you know what the controversy is?
What?
It's not. He didn't shave his hair. That's actually a bald cap.
Oh.
To make it look like he shaved his hair, but he didn't shave his hair. He just wore the cap in support of him.
That's funny.
And so everybody got mad.
I'm okay with that.
Well, this is what the whites have going on, Karen. There's nothing else in the country to be upset about. Okay? There's nothing else to be mad about. What was election results or something? No. White people are outraged, and they got to go in the comments section and let Dave Coulier know that John Stamos ain't really his friend. So Dave responded, just what you need to be spending your energy on while you're battling cancer. Right? Fans of him who left these comments. I'm sorry to see a bunch of negative comments as I just begun my cancer journey. It's our friendship, me and John, and this is how we are handling a very rough time. I'm a comedian, and humor is what drives me. John knows how to cheer me up, and I laughed out loud when he arrived wearing a ball cap, being a true loving friend and brother. I have heard from so many people who have been inspired enough by my words and actions to say that they are going to check in with their doctors and get mammograms, a colonoscopy, or a prostate exam. I'm still going to laugh in the face of adversity. When I lost my sister Sharon, my mother Arlen, and my niece Shannon to cancer, we tried to stay positive and we made each other laugh throughout the worst of it. So I'm choosing to spread the word about early cancer detection to help people. That's just who I am. I wish nothing but love for all of you. DC.
Yeah, that's adorable. Y'all like I say, he knew, so it's like, yeah, we gonna do this as a joke. Even if you don't cut your hair off, you still showing forms of support for me. And sound like he done been a lot. Sound like he lost several members of his family behind this. Behind like some form of a cancer.
Right. So, I'm just saying.
They ain't got nothing else to focus on.
White people. That's their news. A plane crashes into a parking lot near the track during NHRA season finale at Pomona Drag Strip.
Who?
So a single engine plane crashed into the site of the NHRA's finals in Pomona, California on Saturday. The NHRA is the National Hot Rod Association.
Okay.
So they do those hot rod drag races, white people shit. And a plane crashed like near the fucking event.
Oh no.
3 passengers were taken to area hospitals with injuries ranging from moderate to severe. The crash happened during the first round of eliminations. Yeah. In Pomona, Southern California.
I'll be out there. Y'all be safe out there.
Well, you know what's crazy about that, Karen? I always heard that it never planes in Southern California.
That's a good one.
They tell me. All right. What else is white people doing? John Krasinski.
Actor.
He is an actor, and he is People's 2024 sexiest man alive.
I said, I got to see a pic of this.
Yeah, and listen, I don't know why people even want to get this award. I've never really seen anybody get it and get nothing but love.
He the
it's
dude
just
that
you
play,
finna get roasted.
Yeah, he the dude that is on that show. You like? I forgot the name of that show.
Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those white boys.
And didn't he do the other show we love?
The Office.
Yes.
He was in The Office. That's correct. So now he's people's, people's sexiest man of 2024. There's not a sexier man in the world.
Child.
That dude that you see delivering UPS stuff in them shorts, wrong. He's fighting for second.
Child.
Fighting for his life.
Whatever. I'm looking at what Brown can do for me, and you talking about this dude?
Yep. It's never just a teacher, No, it's always Jack Ryan. It's always Jack Ryan, isn't it? But I don't know why people get this. They just tell you how sexy you're not. John Legend seems like be a great guy by all accounts.
Yes,
that man was sexy. I have never seen more women talk about how dry their vaginas get for a man, and he was minding his business.
Yes,
all he do is promote liberal causes and just hate Donald Trump
business.
And make songs about cheating. That's all he does, and this is how he gets repaid. It's sad, really. An Australian zoo asked residents to capture the world's most venomous spider, the Sydney funnel web.
Most venomous spider.
Yeah, they said they asking residents, can you help? Can you catch it?
No, I cannot. You gonna get hit with this raid or whatever the fuck I got. That's what I'm gonna hit it with. Fuck that.
Public donations of funnel webs are critical to the mission of the Australian Reptile Park, the only place in Australia that milks Sydney funnel webs, one of the world's deadliest spiders, to create a life-saving anti-venom. So you need the spider to create the venom for the spider because it's deadly. The rainy weather and rising temperatures of springtime sparked the start of Greater Sydney region's funnel web spider season, sending male spiders scurrying across the land searching for mates. In a field demonstration video, spider keeper Emma Tenney explains how to safely collect a Sydney funnel web's egg sac as well as the mother guarding her babies.
If y'all don't get it, it ain't meant to be done. I'm not doing that shit.
Karen, this is what the whites have going on, and goddamn it, they need some help. Okay, they got a lot happening right now. Here's the video.
So we have just found a funnel web spider and her egg sac, and I'm going to show you how to safely collect it.
Okay.
You come down here and we're going to look under this corrugated iron. Chloe, can I just get a little hand there? Underneath here you can see that female funnel web spider. Now she's sitting on her egg sac, and that could have in it about 150 to 200 spiderlings, which will go directly into our anti-venom program to save lives.
Okay.
Now to safely collect her...
Karen, do you notice any gloves, any protective wear that she has on?
No!
That's right. Because she gonna raw dog this spider.
What you need is a jar that she can't climb out of, a long spoon that she can't
Get
climb
out of here, ma'am.
That looks like a Talenti jar. That's not a big jar.
No.
First of all, what you need is a bucket, okay, and a shovel. Ain't no way.
Up. And what we want to do is we want to encourage the spider with her egg sac into that jar in one movement, trying not to make her too angry that she actually destroys the egg sac. So just scooping underneath the spider. In you go, mama. Come on.
There you go. It didn't run up the spoon and bite you on your finger.
All right. So in here now we safely have our mother funnel web spider and her.
And so it's that easy, guys. Go out there and catch you one of these deadly ass spiders. Get you a Talenti jar and a spoon.
Casual
no gloves.
Shit.
No gloves, no socks, no pants. Just go and get
her egg sac. Now those babies, as I mentioned, are going to go directly into saving lives, into our anti-venom program. There could be about 150 to 200 spiders in there. Once you've got her safely secured in that jar,
just go into the Australian wilds and start looking underneath shit. I'm sure perfectly good, specifically just the spider you're looking for will be the only thing under there. Just chilling with a bunch of eggs.
Get her to our nearest drop-off location, which you can find on our website as soon as possible, and then you can go and help contribute to saving lives.
There you go,
I
guys.
hope y'all ain't doing this, Wonga child.
Wonga, get to it. You just
Tell
gonna let
me
the
you
spiders
ain't
go
doing
out
that.
of the where they gonna get the spider milk from, Wonga, if you don't do what you need to do.
Sack got 200 eggs. Bitch, I'm burning everything. What is we doing here?
I'm gonna miss you, bruh. Y'all
We can't lose our handful of listeners from Australia.
He always getting them bugs in Coral Island. Pull the net out.
Catch him with the bug net.
You've been practicing. This is what you've been working for your whole life.
That's what they've been training you for.
Get that S rank, my G. Man camping in the Amazon rainforest wakes up to find 10 million ants tearing apart his tent.
Oh.
They're called leaf cutter ants. And if you think about it, what is a tent if not a human-made leaf?
Somebody say, oh, we can cut this shit today. So you wake up and they just deconstructing your shit?
Yeah. Now they got tents. They all make little mini tents for themselves. The insects woke him from his slumber about 2 a.m. In a video uploaded to Reddit, Paul said he had been trying to sleep when the critters started to tear through the tent's fabric.
Yeah, that's like, bitch, we cut shit. That's what we do, and your
Yeah.
tent is cuttable.
Man, I'd show y'all the video on Reddit, but then it's gonna show y'all all the communities I'm in, and I can't have you guys see.
We
You guys don't need to see big brown areolas, do you?
No, thank you, sir.
Y'all into that?
Keep that to yourself.
Are you in the Black Titty world? Is that
Black titty world?
is the world ready to know what
you really into?
What I'm checking out over here? All right, I think I found a way to take that part off. All right, here we go. Here's the video of him waking up at 2 a.m. to these fucking ants tearing his tent up. Amazing he had the wherewithal to make content, and also having to sleep fully clothed in the Amazon jungle, wherever the fuck, don't sound like nearly as cool an idea to me as it must to him.
I'm good on the camping, dog.
I know he'd be musty the whole trip.
And one of the worst episodes yet of why you think you want my job, but definitely don't really. Right now my tent is being dismantled by leafcutter ants. It's about 2 a.m. and I've been trying to sleep, and there's about 10 million leafcutter ants outside of this tent. And all they're doing
Holy shit!
is cutting leaf-size holes out of my tent. They are
Leaf-size
carrying away the
holes.
nylon into the night. And because the leafcutter ants are working to dismantle every single thing that I own, they're opening up holes big enough for me to put my fist through, which means everything else in the Amazon is coming into my tent. And because of that, I keep turning on the lights. I just woke up because there's a leafcutter ant using its pincer jaws to bite my ear to try and carry off a piece. And inside this tent right now are ants and termites and mosquitoes, some sort of centipede, hoppers, moths, and some insects that I can't even identify. This is one of those times where you know it's 4 more hours until morning. If you get out of the tent, you're going to get destroyed by mosquitoes. It's raining outside. You're going to get wet. This is what camping in the wild is. Sometimes you put your tent in the wrong place, and the leafcutter ants and the gods of the jungle decide it's going to be the worst night ever. All I can do is try and get some sleep, and I wake up every few seconds to try and slap something off my face or something flies up my nose. This is one of those nightmare nights, man.
A tarantula? Well, try to catch it for the Australian Zoo. They might need that. Who's holding the camera? Nope.
Nope, I'm good on the camping shit, y'all. I'm not shitting in holes. I'm not hanging food up so beds. I'm good, dog. I want fucking walls.
Yeah,
Leafcutter ants can't cut through walls.
That he lied and his response.
No. Outside and shit. No, thank you. No. I'm not built for that at all.
Oh, hell no, not today.
Nope. No way.
No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
What else is going on with the whites? I'll give you one more of these.
And you know what that means? The way he sound like he had been through this shit before. So apparently he probably has dealt with it before, but never on this scale.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's just I can't imagine. I don't. What? That's the end of the trip. But you can't go nowhere because of mosquitoes.
Can't go. And it's raining.
And it's raining. And it's shit that eats stuff at night specifically that you definitely don't want no piece of. It's shit out there that's just like night meat. Finally. Okay. I was wondering if DoorDash was delivering out here for us Panthers and Jaguars.
You almost have to keep open because it's also one of them things too where particularly if you cover yourself up and shit, they leaf cutter ants, they liable to eat that shit up whatever you in.
Yep.
No thank you.
Jenny Mullen called disgusting after boarding a flight while she had a lice infestation.
What?
Yep. Jenny Mullen is speaking out after her documenting her lice infestation while on a 5-hour flight. The actress and author, 45, first detailed the incident in a video shared to Instagram on Tuesday, October 29th, in which she can be seen with a plastic bag on her head. She appears to be sitting in first class while on her flight from Los Angeles to New York City. I'm on a plane with Caroline, and she just looked at my head. And remember when I told you last week I said my head was itchy and I thought I was having perimenopause symptoms? Bringing the camera close to her face, she says, guess what? I have fucking lice. I can't even deal. This is insane, you guys. This is insane. We have a 5-hour flight. I'm wearing a bag that these came in on my head, she adds. Showing the headphones that the airline, which she didn't name, provided. Marlon, who is married to Orange is the New Black and American Pie actor Jason Biggs, noted that she's never had lice in my life and explains that because she's been itchy for a while now, the lice have probably been living on me for 2 weeks.
What?
2 weeks.
I whoop your ass if you give me some
today.
lice. Because you decided to go on the plane instead of fucking treating it. Oh, no!
You shouldn't be in... She received a number of comments like, you shouldn't be on a plane and that bag should be covering all of your hair, one person wrote, referring to the plastic bag. Another added, you better inform the flight attendants. I'd be freaking out on you if I was a passenger near you.
Right.
Someone said, that's disgusting. You're going to spread that all over the plane. You should be ashamed of yourself when you're doing a video laughing about it. In a follow-up video shared the next day, she details how her whole house was infested with lice as she's seated with a towel wrapped around her shoulders. We're peeling out the lice last night. We put the shampoo on and killed everybody. She said, referring to the tiny bugs. Now there are dead bodies and they're being pulled from my head. The mom of two revealed her husband only had like 2 eggs in his hair, while their sons Laszlo 5 and Sid 8 had full infestation. She said, I know the airplane seat. That's a bummer for whoever sits there next. I want to be clear. I didn't know that I had lice until I was on the airplane. I thought that I was going through perimenopause for about 3 weeks. It was just itching my scalp.
You didn't go to the doctor and be like, hey, there's something not right here?
Let's just blame my husband for not looking closely enough at my head, she adds, noting that she asked him to check if she might have lice. He said she didn't. Okay, now which is it? You had no idea there was no reason to think that, or you did think that, you did know that, you were suspicious of it.
And you didn't go to the
doctor.
doctor.
And then you just went on that plane anyway. Mm-hmm. That's wild. Oh my God. And she just hopped on it. Why did you tell us, sis?
Why did you tell us?
Why did you tell us? I don't understand. Why was this content?
And it would not be surprising. And now the airlines got to go see which plane that was and shit, and fucking like watch the plane down and shit, because they was like, this bitch don't, and we don't know what's happening.
I would have took this to the grave. If I was a celebrity, y'all would have just been hearing the rumor. Like, man, one time I got on a plane and Rod was on there from that podcast, and he had a plastic bag on his head.
Yeah, I'd have just been some lunatic.
And they would have been like, what? Why would he have a plastic bag on his head? I don't fucking know. He was like scratching and acting weird and shit, but he just had a bag on his head. And when you would have asked me about it, like, Rod, we have people that said they saw you on a plane one day, you had a plastic bag in your head and you're scratching. And I would have said, I've never been on a plane.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is a plane? What are you are you talking about those sky dragons, those metal sky dragon things? I don't do those. I'm not telling you. I'm never letting you know I was on a plane spreading lice. Yuck. Disgusting. Gotta be good to be white.
Gotta be.
Because black people are so scared to even be perceived as dirty. We lie about shit. We be like, first of all, if you're not drinking the bleach before you clean your bathroom, then you got a nasty bathroom. Like, we say shit like that.
Right? We on the other end.
Because our whole life we've been told that black people are nasty and dirty and slovenly and lazy and shit. So we got to prove to y'all that we not. So we're fucking pine saling underneath the cabinet on the bottom. Like, we just, we're pouring pine sol on the soap and then taking a shower with the soap. Like, that's, it's insane what we're doing. We're mixing ammonia and shit like it's MacGyver in your bathroom.
Passing out the bathroom.
About to kill yourself. Mm-hmm. Making a lethal fucking concoction.
All them big X's.
Because we don't want anyone to think we might even be humanly, like, normal amount of clean or not clean. Meanwhile, you got women like this being like, I went in first class plane. Well, yeah, I had lice. And then the video, the part y'all didn't see, person cleaning their hair, black woman. And she talked about how she couldn't let her go home because she needed to comb everybody lice out their hair. Yeah, that's not so funny in the white people news. That just feels like fucking with black people.
Oh, that's real?
Fucking with black people.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was fucking with me.
She had like a black maid or nanny or somebody that was the one. Black people, much harder for us to get lice, though it is possible. But yeah, black woman taking care of your kids and they lice. Probably had to Google that shit. Cause she not nasty and she never had to deal with that before. So yeah, yep. Sorry to end it on a bad note.
Boo that lady, boo.
Oh, you know, here's 2 positive stories. Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger welcomed baby number 3.
Oh.
And they said, we are overjoyed.
Oh.
The son is Ford Fitzgerald Schwarzenegger Pratt.
That's a long ass name.
Yep. Very white.
Super white.
They took it back. They did not dabble around. They didn't fuck it. They understood the assignment. They said, "What? Give us the whitest name you have, please."
Yes, make it sound like it's a line of kings.
I want them named after the whitest presidents, Henry Ford and Ella Fitzgerald. Actually, we're gonna name one of the names will be after a black woman, but no one will know. They're gonna assume, but they won't know. Megan Fox is pregnant with baby number 4, and her first with fiance Machine Gun Kelly.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna name it. Handgun?
Who knows?
If his name Machine Gun. Bullets? I mean, it kind of works metaphorically. Anyway.
Chamber,
yeah. Well, anyway, good for them though. Good. Banana clip, good for them. All right, y'all, sword ratchetness, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, we have a news article for this one.
Okay.
Sword threat. Machete assault park shooter at large. First of all, why is this 8 minutes?
For another connection to that deadly shooting at a Sioux Falls park, we'll tell you what we know.
Plus, we take a look at the changes.
No, we don't care about this part. Get to the sword. Nigga, what?
Murder in the wake of an August shooting. People were shot and 29-year-old Josh Allen Jr. of Sioux Falls was killed. Walter Stewart is in the Minnehaha County Jail facing 1 count of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Lamont Burks Jr. faces the same charges, but
I don't even know if this is the sword thing.
It don't
I
sound
can't
like it,
tell.
does it?
Yeah, man arrested for robbery, assault. A lot of crimes happening up in this place. Wherever they at.
Oh, we're getting the fucking
it's
weather
like
and
all
everything.
10, yeah.
Is it the one at the end? I'm assuming.
Sword threat, machete park shooter at loose. I don't know. All right, we'll give it a shot. I don't know.
A nightstand and it's super dangerous, or you have to pay hundreds of dollars to get a professional out there.
And while the snow and
No, I don't know what this news place is doing. They lied to me. In the
Yes,
headline.
they did. They
well,
lied.
we'll do another one. Here's a different one. A T woman arrested for alleged threat with a sword. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. T, I guess, is a location, a city or something.
Okay.
Rosa Sosa, 45 of T, was arrested for aggravated assault after brandishing a sword to a stranger in a parking lot.
Okay.
Rosa Sosa sounds like a drag name. That's probably
a nice
somebody
drag
named
name. Yes.
Police say a man was warming his car up warming his car up in the parking lot at a hotel when Sosa approached his vehicle and threatened him with a sword. Police later found Sosa, who was walking. From my understanding, it was a legit sword and it had a sheath, said the Sergeant Travis Olson.
A whole sheath?
A legit sword. That's all it takes to be legit. A sheath. They're like, that shit was a sword.
It's official.
She pulled it out and it made the shing sound, and that's all we go by.
That's all we go. And a little bright light was at the end. Shing!
Sosa also threatened officers with her sword because she didn't want it to be no misunderstandings. I am who you looking for.
Nobody else but me.
I like to threaten people with a sword. Let me show you how. After officers used a taser, she was arrested with 1 count of aggravated assault, 2 counts of aggravated assault on law enforcement, and they also found a small amount of marijuana because we need to demonize those drugs. All right, y'all, that's it. Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy, y'all. We'll talk to you throughout the week. Until next time, don't forget the Black Friday sale. Sign up. Email me if you have questions. And
Christmas cards,
holiday addresses, and wish list, Amazon wish list, all that stuff's in the show notes. All right, y'all, until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.